had a request to talk about the relationship between a guru and a shishya, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So many years ago, I was lamenting to Swami Brahmaprajnananda, saying that I don't think I have enough Shraddha. I am a product of a Western education. I thrive on irreverence. I enjoy rebelliousness. And I don't have Shraddha. And he said, do you see the truth of what I say? So I said, yeah. Do you have trust in the words of the Shastra? Yes. Then you have Shraddha. I thought he was being kind as always. And then in time I discovered that this irreverence that I so loved was really a veil, a cloak for the reverence that I longed for. Because that reverence is a longing for wholeness. And then when I see Pujya Swamiji, I have enjoyed seeing the range of irreverence to reverence, in the sense that he would poke fun at anything and everything and yet be so deeply steeped in the tradition. And it is this reverence that has kept the Guru-shishya parampara alive. It is this reverence that feels far more liberating now, while irreverence felt liberating then. And it is this reverence which is there in our culture, in our practices, because of which we can very easily say Namaste Astu Bhagavan. We can also say Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We can say Namaste to a person. We can say Namaste to a Devata. The Rishis, the Pitras, the Manushyaha and the Bhutaha, they are all patras of our reverence. And that is the uniqueness of the parampara and hence the culture. And so when Falguni spoke about Shraddha, it's a very important quality that defines the relationship between a student and the teacher. And this fragrance of reverence has been carried across generations through the shlokas of Guru Stotram. Some of you may not know that what we chant as the Guru Stotram, about 13 to 14 shlokas, the 13 shlokas actually are found in the Guru Gita. And that is a part of Skanda Purana. So this Guru Gita is a very long 275 shloka, rich Mahatmyam, glory of the Guru. Very, very beautiful. And I remember very tearfully we used to sing, in the 16 days after Pujya Swamiji's Mahasamadhi at Rishikesh, just going through the shlokas, very, very beautiful. So this Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam, when we say Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, I worship that Guru because he has shown me that Tat Padam, that end by which is pervaded this Akhanda Mandalakaram, this entire universe, that is made of Chara and Achara, moving and inert things. So in other words, the Guru has helped bring back reverence into my life. Earlier the world was a source of misery and I used to be always depressed. Now the world is a manifestation of Ishvara. That when I relate to the world, I relate to Ishvara. And this reverence has been introduced to me by the Guru. because of this, seeing everything as a manifestation of Ishvara obviously reduces anxiety and conflict and fear. Sorry. And even when we say Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, a lot of us are uncomfortable because we think that this is crazy, this is blind worship. But actually, the individuality of the Guru is now resolved into the total. Because of the Guru's teaching, my relationship with Ishvara has changed. I am able to see that I am the limitless. I am able to see that the Guru is none other than Ishvara. And that takes a very special kind of seeing, because I am able to resolve the Guru's individuality and not dwell on the personality, but actually the presence that underlies it. That's not easy, because we are so obsessed with form that we lose sight of the content. Except for the Jnani goldsmith, who never ever loses sight of the gold. But he is able to see the form for what it is. And so when we praise the Guru, really speaking, we praise the teaching that is given by the Guru. And so it is because of the Guru in one's life that one is able to also begin to see oneself as acceptable. Earlier, one's partner would say, I would love you a little bit more if you stop snoring. Or you say, Mama will love you more if you do your homework. Or if you listen to Mama, then Mama will love you more. So all our other relationships are conditional. They are defined by conditions, whereas the relationship with the Guru is very, very different. It's unlike any other relationship. Because in the vision of the Guru, you are acceptable, you are lovable as you are. And that vision gets transferred to your vision. You begin to see yourself as completely acceptable, completely lovable, however you are. ऐसा भी हूँ, जैसा भी हूँ, जैसे भी हो, सब ठीक हो, no problem. If you want to change, of course, the freedom is yours. If you don't want to change, well, that's also yours, the freedom. And so this unique relationship that we have brings back a reverence for oneself. You are able to see Deho Devalayaha, that you yourself are a temple. And so if we are to uphold reverence for gurus and hence the tradition, then there are 5 points I wish to present for your reflection. The first one is reverence implies openness. We are very afraid of showing reverence, of being reverent. Because with reverence comes openness and amazement. Openness implies a possibility of being hurt, and the ego seeks to protect its significance. Openness to the teaching obviously implies openness to the teacher, not blind trust. But I can be open to the teacher only if I am open to life. And most of us are not. So is there a magical solution to developing this trust and shraddha? Unfortunately, no. The only way trust grows is by trusting. Bit by bit, day by day. Is it easy? No. Is it difficult? No. It is a path taken by every shishya. Second point is the relationship with the Guru is unlike any other relationship. It holds a lot of paradoxes. It is personal and yet impersonal. The teachings are impersonal because it is the truth of all beings. Yet it is deeply personal because they go to the core of who you are. And the teaching is contextualized and a lot of anecdotes are used, and that is what makes it personal. But if you were to spend too much time on dwelling on the personality or the personal relationship with the Guru and not focus on the impersonal aspect of it, then we are going to lose. And so the ability to hold the paradox is very, very important. Also, what is very unique about the relationship is that it is not for mutual benefit, like all other relationships. The Shishya stands to gain far, far more than the Guru. And the Guru gives because that's all that needs to be done. Also, it's a relationship that encourages your independence. As parents, we like it if our children are dependent on us because we feel needed, we feel validated, we feel that we matter. But the purpose of the Guru is to make you independent. In fact, to help you see that you are independent of all notions, all relationships. And so, the paradox of being dependent on the Guru for a short while until you see that you are always independent. Again, a paradox to hold. The third point, contributor rather than a consumer of narrative. The times of today, not times of India, the times of in today's times, media, including social media, is filled with irreverence and cynicism about gurus. And we act as helpless consumers of a narrative that runs down the culture and the tradition. Rather than being passive consumers, can we be active contributors in shaping a narrative that is based on objectivity and reverence for the tradition? If you don't hesitate to post your indignation on animal rights, but you hesitate to say, even squeak if somebody is running down a guru or a parampara or a tradition, why the silence? What are we ashamed of? Because we seem to have double standards in sharing our views. Because if this is important to us, then surely I will help to shape the narrative, not be a passive consumer. And so when everywhere else it is irreverence that we see and cynicism, can we offer a perspective of reverence and objectivity? Something to think about. Fourth point, Shraddha in the Shastra and hence the Guru is your responsibility. It is not the responsibility of the Guru for you to have more Shraddha. Everyone has obstacles to developing Shraddha because it's not easy to be open, it's not easy to be vulnerable, it's not easy to be trusting, it's not easy to allow yourself to see the truth because we have some fears. And so if we are willing to stop being passive students but active and dynamic students that are willing to clarify doubts, that do not have a chalta hai attitude, हाँ वो थोड़ा doubt है but it's okay, let it be. Why let it be? Because your moksha is at stake, nothing else. And like Puja Swamiji said, that if what is at stake is the infinite, and if you have lost it, well, you've lost the infinite. The fifth point, which is my last point, Seva is fulfilling our Rishi Rinam. So, talk is very cheap. It's easy to sing Guru Stotram and attend class 52 hours a year. This reverence is not an act or 5 minutes of gratitude on an app. The self-knowledge that we are blessed with is a treasure that we have received, but not to keep for life. Because by receiving it, you have Rishi Rinam. You are connected to Udalaka and Gargi and Maitreyi and Vashishta and Valmiki and all the Rishis. And I remember during our valedictory ceremony, Pujya Swamiji said, I know all of you want to do seva for me, but if 85 of you start pressing my feet, then I am finished. So you have to think about different ways in which you can do seva for me, because in doing seva for me, you are doing seva for the tradition. And so seva is not a feel-good exercise. We do what it can, what it takes to contribute to the tradition, because the tradition has contributed to us. Om Tat Sat.